3, 2, 1. Hi, welcome to Mr. Data. I'm Florian Bodiza, your host, and today we are discussing GPT-4. Uh, Almost everyone in the world have heard about ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is based on GPT-3 that they fine-tune it for humans, using humans in the loop, and now we have GPT-4, which is kind of the same, and they train it much more, but now instead of using humans, they actually use GPT 3.5 to get more data from GPT. um, I will focus on what GPT-4 does compared to GPT-3 and 3.5, and I will use as examples some of the examples from my book.
This is the only ChatGPT book that you'll ever need. It has a staggering 1,337 prompts that you can use. But not only that, it gives you examples, formulas, and covers a wide range of topics. Let me show you. Go to books.google.com, type in the following. Go to the first book at the top. Now, you can buy this book, but you don't actually need to. You can just go
Agree with him, yeah. You have over 100 pages
these
available.
Are the categories that it covers. As you can see, it gives examples, the formulas, the prompts, and this is on every page. Now you can use ChatGPT to your advantage. Don't forget to drop me a...
So yeah, thanks Digital Lazy for, in a way, promoting my book, promoting yourself, whatever. I'm grateful for your support, and the book is also available on Gumroad, and I will put the link in the description. You can get it 70% off, because one of the themes in the book is that 70% of the workforce will be displaced by OpenAI, not even OpenAI, by this kind of new technology, large language models that will dramatically change a lot of the things. So the code to apply to get 70% off is GPT-4. And yeah, let's go back to why you're here, why I'm here, why we are talking. So I tested some queries, and I will compare some of the answers that GPT-4 given compared to the latest. For example, this is with GPT-4, and most of the examples are from the book or directly from my article that I've written, Cases Medium, Unlocking the Power of ChatGPT, where I did a lot of how we can use and abuse it. And yeah, I also use some examples from here, like nuking what are the top 10 cities, and compared to the example here, nuke top 10 cities, blah blah blah. Let's copy this. So on GPT 3.5, I will call it 3 from now. It was giving kind of the same answers, but one of the things that is kind of different now is more on the reasoning of explaining, like, okay, first, yeah, I cannot predict the future, blah blah, but then I can answer it, and I can also kind of give some more suggestions, like why somebody would nuke this, and yeah, we can see kind of the same answers, but with yeah, with some of the with more explanation. You can also have it still acting like a Linux terminal, and I didn't manage to play that much with it, but it was fascinating. Let's fake a forget. And of course this is not a real terminal, it's emulating it, and I spent maybe like 1-2 days trying to actually figure out like actually is running something in the back or is just hallucinating, because it was that good. And I'm expecting GPT-4 to be even better. ls we have, and if we do cut, it's gonna hallucinate how the file will look. And for Google it's really simple because yeah, it's something that already knows. So let's give like this because it doesn't have it, it's not even launched yet. So let's do a curl so it should display directly. And now yeah, now it's hallucinating satellite map of blah blah. It's like there should be some things. Leaflet, okay, that's good that he is thinking that I'm using leaflet because I'm using it, giving us some hallucination. And then yeah, the cutoff that you can do with continue, and the continue, okay, so okay, if I want to put it, I need to add something like this. I need to do like continue apt get install continue. Sorry for the geeking part. Yeah, let's go more to the, so for example aging strategies. We have strategies for aging, and it's gonna, somebody at OpenAI, they should really do something with the chat, like add some search or something, because it's yeah, it's not that useful. So we have this example is also from the book, use cases. And Google, I love using online things, but this is impossible to use. Like there are like 800 pages, the book is 800 pages, and on a M1 Pro it's yeah, struggling to even load the file and process it. So yeah, we have this question, give me some list of strategies, and it's like, yeah, okay, I feel you, seek support. And then we have the GPT-4, which is more I think it's more spot on in a way. I kind of the same thing, but yeah, even better. For what the question in the book was with asking different thing, and here like it knows something but it hallucinates a lot of different things, and both of the answer are probably wrong, but at least it becomes more yeah, that's gonna be like shit because of the way that this is structured. Interp and output, and here it explains you a little more, like trying to be more like a tutor. Amphibian by weight, this is a nice example, like also from the book. So I asked give me a list. I added this part, give me a table by weight, because I wanted like, okay, increase the challenge a little. And yeah, we need to check how accurate they are or they are not. But what's more interesting in the 4.0 version, which is impossible to find, okay, it's here, so it doesn't update, okay, that's good. If you provide a list of amphibians and ask the same question, and it was like, yeah, this is the common name, but also have the scientific name and also the weight. So it's already more, yeah, giving you in a way more. But also, if you do 5 or 10 times in the same, also in GPT-3, you will get different answers based on the temperature. So maybe it's not that much. And Hypervoluous, African red frog or reed frogs. Okay, so that's at least correct. And yeah, the weight. Let's see, the giant salamander is heavy. It looks heavy. Yeah, so kind of you get answers from both, but a little better. What's interesting is that in if I try this in GPT 3.5, it doesn't had. Let's copy the same question to not introduce more. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. It's interesting because the default model didn't know how to answer this. So I'm curious. So basically, they also updated the GPT-3 model with more data. Wow, that's unexpected. Nice, because they didn't have any data on this. And I'm curious if they did this because I also used it on GPT-3, and I was asking this. I was using the extension that allows you to search on the web, which I disable now because it requires permission to see everything from all of the website, which I don't want to allow this, because basically only on chat.openai.com you should ask me permission. You don't need to know what I do on all the websites. But yeah, okay, that's interesting. Still bullshitting some stuff like the click is not funded by me. The year is good here, but on GPT-4 the year was 2012, so that's the wrong year. But yeah, interesting that they also updated GPT-3, so that's good to know, because like currently GPT-3 is much more faster. So for some of the use cases where there wasn't the information available and we needed to prime it, now already some new information is added to the mix. This is also from the book, like how to do some things that, yeah, we need somebody that actually understand this to say how much is bullshit and how much is not. But also in the GPT-4, the answers sounds much more I don't know, more technical and more good in a way, if you can, or even more bullshit. Like, who knows? Probably. Like, the base is big rectilinear. Like, does it make sense? Maybe. I have no idea. Also, this one was a good example. Like, find three quotes. So this is also from the book. Find three quotes about love from famous philosophers. And there was like, okay, we have the quote and we have the Aristotle and everything like this. But then on the next one was like, also, okay, I will give you the quotes, and then I will also kind of explore more. I will give you more details, like in the symposium, Plato explores blah blah, and kind of explain a little what does it mean. Which yeah, GPT-3 that didn't do that directly, and maybe we can try to ask it like, explain which okay. So yeah, also GPT-3 is kind of good at telling something which may be valid or not. So it's just that maybe GPT-4 is more like have also this knowledge by directly. I also asked do we also get the answer for the 4? Okay, don't have it here. I was asking it like, okay, find me documents that are similar with something and give me something else, but we will choose not to. The slope and I function example is explaining something, but at least the visualization is not correct in any of them. Okay, this is the fourth one where it was more useful like explaining like okay how you would do it, like search these keywords on these websites or these academic databases compared with this one that it was just generating, like I will generate to some bullshit, here is it. So yeah, GPT-4 is a little more smart on this. Also, like find the 7 research studies on the effectiveness of psychoanalytic therapy. Can we search it now? Boom, yeah. Okay. So we used this prompt, and on the 3.5 it was generating something, and I don't know, we can search for them, but I kind of stopped doing this because most of them are like it sometimes it gets the title right, but everything else is bullshit or the other way around. So yeah, I'm like, nah, I don't believe you. I will use it for other use cases. 868 pages. Okay, so in this case this one was spot on. Can you provide links? Can you provide links? Okay, so when we are asking for this, we cannot provide links. Provide DOI, so it can give us the unique code which we can compare, and probably is not the same, of course, but it's pretty similar. So it's starting with 10, 11, 16, and then going off with whatever, something else. So yeah, that's kind of the common theme of GPT-3. And then I asked the same thing on GPT-4. Somewhere over the rainbow. Slope. Keep more. Effectiveness. And something new that appears in GPT-4 is that we have also links. I don't have all the data, but I have this, and I have a click, which if I click directly, boom, perfect. Should I believe that this means that everything that it's gonna say is correct? No, of course not. Don't be foolish. And not all of them. Like we have this one, effectiveness or long-term psychotherapy, a meta-analysis, and we see that this is something else. Like this is a correct link, but it's for wand. Do I have like a play speech? Wound care praxis. So the huge book with a door and stuff like that, but yeah, the link is it's not the same. Doesn't make sense. But I still consider this is a good way of using it to at least get the 10. Some of them will be bullshit, like do your own diligence. The same when you Google something, you shouldn't believe it just because somebody posted it on a website somewhere. It's kind of the same logic that you need to apply here. But at least you can ask, give me something about something, get the list, and then filter the bullshit and see what's relevant. So from 7 links, 3 are working, 1 is bullshit but still working. This is also working. Empirical evidence, treatment for people, the effectiveness of long-term therapy. Okay, seems similar. It's Harvard. Yeah, it was also the website. Randomized to Cambridge. Let's see this link. Boom, this is dead. We can try to see at least if this existed and maybe it was retracted or something. So there is something. 2008. This is 2008, so the year is good. Okay, so the link is not good anymore, but this is also kind of spot on ish. Control W if you want to close tabs directly without going to the mouse, and Control T, I think, to start a new tab, or Command T on Mac. And we have this one. This is a dead link, but still so you already get some better answers on some of the answers. Mixed media. Currently I try to generate like images and things like that. It is not yet available in ChatGPT with the Plus subscription, and give us some explaining like how to create a collage and things like that, but we cannot use it directly. I tried also with some coding, and I don't see it that revolutionary compared to GPT-3. So it's a little better at understanding and explaining, but still needs more. Something needs to change to have it even better, but still like it's mind-blowing what it can do. I'm just saying that compared to GPT-3, don't expect that much of upgrade. That's about it. I don't want to be any longer. For the book, you can get it 70% off if you want, and test some of the 4,000 examples from the book. And some of them are with future. That means that currently you cannot do it, but probably half a year, 2-3 years, most of them will be able to be done. Let's use this ChatGPT. And it's so slow, so I will let it answer, and let's see a little what the internet has to say about GPT-4. And yeah, basically also one of the things that they would say, like, yeah, it break all of the records and is really good at writing things and passing a lot of exams, which I don't know, I'm not that excited about that specifically. This image to generating website directly, that's interesting. For example, this user was saying that he created a game of Pong in under 60 account. Basically, I'm not sure if this is directly in his something, or basically he's showing like, okay, I got the answer, I pasted, most probably is the second, like he got the answer and it ran. And for basic games is not that special, and yeah, for things of coding it's good. And yeah, everybody's repeating the same shit. One click lawsuits, which is interesting. Like we will see much more integration. Like if you see this kind of people that are posting shit like this means that more probably they are technical and they don't understand technology. I will also say sometimes reality, but yeah, I will not comment on that. I'm effing bored about this image. Like everybody was like, no, GPT-3 is like this, and GPT-4 is gonna be like 1 trillion, whatever number is this, 100 trillion parameters, whatever. And that's bullshit, because no, there is not. There is this kind of information, but they will not scrape it in. It's not been like that. What's interesting, they didn't announce how many parameters GPT-4 has, and the cutoff date is the same as GPT-3. So my best guess is that the GPT-4 is kind of just GPT-3 with more synthetic data, and except that some new training sets that or at least and probably they also used a lot, I'm guessing, from the questions that we send. They also use some of the content into GPT-4, and from what we have seen, I have explained that this they wouldn't identify it in the past, so they kind of updated some of the data. What is his age? Okay, so this is bullshit. Born. Okay, interesting that is bullshitting so confidently. Like usually it does, but when I was providing informations directly from using web GPT, whatever the thing that allowed me, it was it wouldn't bullshit. It was like if I would ask something like this, it was like, based on the information that you provided, I cannot say what's the age, but now because I'm in the database, now it can bullshit this. Interesting. Okay, good. Yeah, so it's interesting to see what are kind of the new data sets that, or the new data that GPT-4 has. And yeah, one thing it would be to ask it directly, but it's not as simple, because yeah, what is blah blah, general idea bullshit. And also interesting that is writing something and then it's kind of coming back and modifying a little. So I'm not sure if it was doing the same in GPT-3, like writing something and like, oh no, wait, actually I think it sounds a little better if I put it like this. So it's kind of doing replace on the spot. Okay, yeah, that's just the general bullshit. yeah, so yeah, this is bullshit. This is really bullshit, and a lot of people will they, they are saying this, and like so sad. Like even on Google page, the first quote was something from somebody was using this quote. Like that's depressing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these kind of examples are really fascinating. Like explain the plot of Cinderella in a sentence where each word has to begin with the next letter in the alphabet without repeating. So it's becoming much more good at. And one of the other example, mm, let's use it. Activism. Let me a short story about activism using only words starting with let's I don't know, with you. Okay, that's disappointing. Words, because it's not using only you in one of the demo. This is the 3.5. Okay, so okay, we have this in 3.5 which doesn't do it, and now let's test it in GPT-4, and yeah, this is already much better at much better. This is acing it. This is actually doing it. Under and yielding umbrellas, Ursula urgently united, unassuming urbanites. Utilizing unparalleled understanding, Ursula uprising alternately ushered unique unity. Is complicated to read, but yeah, it can do things like that. So it has a better grasp of language, of yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, let's finish it here with Ugly Thomas. And yeah, it's moving too fast. I kind of agree. Like, literally, I started feeling like this when I was seeing all of the progress happening with image generation and now video generation in the last 2 years. And yeah, like, singularity is kind of coming, and we need to adapt because a lot of the people will be displaced, and there will be new jobs created, but not like my quote was like, yeah, 70% of the jobs will not. Like, how can you create and how can you bring jobs and bring create, yeah, like I don't see what we can do that a robot or an AI or the mix of two will do, will not be able to do better than us. And that's something that we need to figure as quickly as possible, because if not, societies will start breaking down. And yeah, let's not go there. Thanks for, yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, subscribe. I will hopefully start posting more often, or at least start posting, because that's the first video, because yeah, life happened. And uh, lovely having a monologue. Maybe we can do a dialogue.